Good morning. This is Jack Lucas reporting for TNN. Today we're going to be analyzing Australia's economy. Looking at Australia from previous years, despite their recent success, it seems like there are nothing stopping them from facing economic growth. Australia's GDP right now, standing at $998.3 billion, is 2.52% of the world's GDP. Australia's GDP is relatively high, and with the GDP growth rate of 2.5% annually, they are on their way of reaching their macroeconomic objective. The GDP per capita is $67,458.36. The GDP growth rate of Australia is stable at 2.5%. This is reasonable because Australia is developed. We are now going to discuss how Australia's economic status and how they are aiming to reach macroeconomic Australia's inflation rate is now standing at 2.4%. This means that the consumers living in Australia feel confident about the strength of future prices. Also, business and household can invest, spend, and save money without worrying about future erosions. With lower inflation rate, there will be a higher amount of real income. It also means there will be a higher interest rate for savers, however, a lower nominal interest rate for borrowers, but increased international competitiveness. The unemployment rate of Australia is 5.7%. We can say that Australia is getting the civilians in the nation to work. Most of the people are employed and the numbers are close to natural employment rate, which is 3.4%. When having a low income for individuals, it prevents reducing a household ability to buy necessities and soon will prevent a growth of standard of living within the nation. In society, we can say that Australia are preventing poverty and crime. It also has stopped Australia from trying to challenge its traditional society. Australia does not need to adjust itself in order to reach its macroeconomic objective. Australia is at a higher level of aggregate demand. People are getting paid at a fair wage that leads to a higher consumption and more demand for goods and services. People's standard of living is expected to be more because there are more and more goods and services to be produced. Referring to a higher level of aggregate demand, using the Phillips curve as an example, if AD label on the graph intersects with SRAS at a level of output beyond full employment, it means that firms have recognized a growth in their sales and has begun raising prices in society. This results in the goods in society being more scarce. People are willing to spend more, which leads to inflation. The Gini index shows us that the closer the coefficient is to 0, the more equal the country is. The closer it is to 1, the less equal the country is. Australia's Gini index is 20, meaning it equals to 0.2. Therefore, it is closer to 0, which meaning that the country has a very equal income distribution. Referring this data to the Lorenz curve, because Australia's Gini index is 0.2 and is very close to 0, it means that they have a very equal income distribution, making their curve closer to the line of equity distribution. So this is Jack Lucas reporting for TNN. Have a great day.